Hello, everyone. This is Written in the Stars, the channel that combines astrology and storytelling. Today, we are going to take a look at the home of the astrological gods. I am talking, of course, about the zodiac signs, which in my mini stories I like to call the heavenly realms. Let's get into the stories. At the dawn of the universe, seven gods wander across 12 heavenly realms. There they fashion palaces, homes where they can best fulfill their divine mission. Atop the palace towers, flags announce their ruler. As the gods make their rounds through the realms, they have to abide by the divine law put in place by the realm's ruler. Now, what do we learn from this story? The first thing we learn is that there are 12 heavenly realms, the 12 zodiac signs: Aries, Taurus, Gemini, Cancer, Leo, Virgo, Libra, Scorpio, Sagittarius, Capricorn, Aquarius, and Pisces. The heavenly realms or zodiac signs are based on the constellations of the fixed stars and are connected to the seasons. Through them, the planets are circling around the ecliptic. Next up, we learn that the seven major gods make a home for themselves in one or two of these heavenly realms. This means that a planet is connected to either one or two zodiac signs. And here we are talking about the seven traditional planets in specific. And this is how it works. The sun god settles into Leo, while the moon goddess settles into Cancer. On either side, we have Mercury settling into Virgo and Gemini, Venus settling into Libra and Taurus, Mars settling into Scorpio and Aries, Jupiter settling into Sagittarius and Pisces, and finally Saturn settling into Capricorn and Aquarius. We also learn that each heavenly realm has a flag on their palace towers that announces which heavenly realm someone is in. And in astrology, this is the glyphs of the zodiac signs. I have them up on the screen, and you can just pause and look at them. For reading a natal chart, it is very important to remember the glyphs, and it is one of the first things you should do when learning astrology. We also learn that each heavenly realm, each zodiac sign has specific rules and customs. When a planetary god ventures into a specific zodiac sign, it has to fulfill its mission under the rules of the specific zodiac sign it traverses. In this way, the zodiac signs are a specific astrological culture, and as such, they show how something is to be done. The zodiac signs show how each planet fulfills their specific mission. For example, here we have the moon goddess. If she is in her own sign of Cancer, she makes the rules herself and can do as she pleases. However, when she moves into Leo, she has to play by the rules of the sun god and fulfill her own mission of finding a secure and nurturing home in a sign where playful and sometimes dramatic self expression and leadership are deeply valued. As the seven gods traverse the sky, the new gods take up residence in the realm that matches their powers. These are the modern planets. Uranus moves into Aquarius, Neptune into Pisces, and Pluto into Scorpio. Before we venture into the different realms in the next few videos, we must first look at the different types of realms there are. Here are the realms of fire, air, water, and earth, where fire is the impulse to being, air gives it an ideal form, where air fleshes out fire's images, water endows them with a feeling heart, where water gives air's concepts emotion, earth gives shape to everything. This way we come from the fiery impulse to exist into Earth's physical existence. These are the four elements, also called triplicities. The triplicities show us the focus or direction a certain planet is moving towards. In the fire elements, the impulse of being is created, the impulse to take action, to shine, or to understand. These are Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. Their focus is the freedom and power to express. In the air signs, these impulses are giving mental shape by gathering ideas, sharing values, and finding a common vision. These are Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. Their focus is to mentally connect with others. In water, these ideas are fleshed out by giving them a specific emotion or a specific history. They are made subjective by tying them to a family, an intimate bond, or the world at large. These are Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces. Their focus is to create emotional bonds with others. And finally, in Earth, everything is given physical shape, which we can observe in nature with our senses by looking at its details or at its overall order. These are Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. Their focus is to be rooted in the present and observe what is. These four realms are either active or passive, with fire and air being active, acting on their own will or ideas, while water and earth are passive, responding to the things around them, may they be emotional or physical. With its spewing volcanoes, sun-scorched deserts, and wildfire-burned savannas, the fire realms are made of pure spiritual energy that wants to be expressed. These are the realms of the flicker of life, of the radiance that demands attention, of the light at the end of the tunnel that brings new hope. These are the three fire realms of Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. The fire realms are spiritual, preceding our thoughts, feelings, and even physical reality, is the impulse of existence itself, and this energy is given to us by the fire signs. The fire signs strive to be Aries through initiation, Leo through shining, and Sagittarius through illuminating wisdom. It's hard to describe fire because it moves so quickly. It's an impulse, but we can see its presence in the excitement of a new venture, the glory and admiration when someone sees us for who we truly are, or the widening of the world as we hunt for new heights. Planets in these signs don't wait to happen, just as the spark doesn't wait around for the opportune moment to set something ablaze. The sun to shine, or the metaphorical light bulb to appear above our heads. They just express in the moment they arise. Blown here and there by the wind, Swept in a gentle breeze or struck by a lightning storm are the air realms of ideas and ideals. These are the mental realms where knowledge is gathered and disseminated, whether it tidbits of stories, discussions on values, or revolutionizing flashes of genius. Within the idea lies the ideal, the concept that underlie physicality and spring forth from the spiritual. What you have sensed in the fire realms may find expression here. These are the air realms of Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. The air realms are mental. They are our thoughts, our ruminations on the world, the decisions we make, the way we express what is going on in our heads in conversation with others. These realms are closely connected to archetypes and ideals because they are meant to convey something timeless. In Gemini, these ideas may yet be unordered, flittering around and about to be grasped and forgotten. In Libra, we move toward an ideal by formulating our personal values and contrasting them in discussion with those around us. And in Aquarius, we try to bring us towards an ideal as a group by sharing our visions with like minded people. Like our own thoughts, air moves quickly. An idea might be there suddenly, but be gone the other moment. It needs a little holding on to stick with it, especially in Gemini. But new ones will form, and old ones might come back through our next read or conversation. Planets in these signs are up in the clouds, engaging with concepts that may be detached from emotion and unaligned with reality, that keep our conversations flowing. Overflowing with freshwater rivers, sunken into swampy ground, or covered in mist are the water realms. Here lie our emotional attachments. Here lie the stories of our past that still come to us in memories. We cling to them, and they cling to us, like only emotions do. These realms are personal, filled with familial care, obsessive jealousy, and endless compassion. They carry us forth like streams, plunge us into the deep sea, and toss us around in their waves so we may experience life in all its facets. These are the water realms of Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces. The water realms are emotional. They are the feelings that color our perception of the world and tie us to other people. These realms connect us to everything there is in one way or another, as pleasant or unpleasant as it may be. They urge us to take a stance, not because it matches with an ideal, but because of the way it makes us feel deep inside. All link us to the past. We find our personal past in our family home of Cancer, where we are taught how to express our emotions. We find a shared past in Scorpio, where we have shared our heart's deepest contents in only the most intimate bonds. And then in Pisces, we find a collective past, grasped only vaguely in the compassion we grant each and every person we meet, a compassion for all of existence. Water isn't quick, nor is it straightforward. It meanders, it devours. Here we aren't in control. We might have to surrender so we don't needlessly tire out, so that all the debris can be flushed out. And then, as Pisces enters into Aries, we might go through the whole process again. Planets in these signs aren't objective. They are swept by their moods, their traumas, their fantasies, but they will fill our lives with meaning and connection. On wildflower meadows, in herb filled forests, and atop steep mountain tops we find the earth realms. These are the realms of physical matter, where daily life is lived in the rhythm of the seasons, not by looking far ahead into the future, nor by hanging on to the past, but by being present in each moment as it happens. It urges us to take nature in with our senses, to witness the intricacy of the world and to understand its natural order, so that we are rooted in the here and now. These are the earth realms of Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. They are of the tangible, that which is in front of us every day, dare we just give it our attention. They urge us to be present with that which is around us, not in our heads, nor in our hearts, but what can be touched with our hands and observed with our eyes. Horus calls us to appreciate the world with our five senses, the flower's beauty and scent, while Virgo urges us to look at the details, the finely woven spider webs and veins on leaves that are so easily overlooked. As Virgo wants, everything in nature has its use. Capricorn then draws our attention to the world's overall structure, the hierarchy between animals and humans, the natural order of things. Earth isn't quick, nor does it move. It sits rooted in one place and observes, and when it acts, it does so with deliberation, in a rhythm aligned with nature itself. Planets in these signs are grounded. They aren't concerned with spirit, nor with the high up realm of thoughts or the water swept emotions, but with being in the present moment, with letting the world of unfold in front of them as is. Now we come to the stages of the different elemental realms. These are called modality or quadruplicity. Each of the four realms of fire, air, water, and earth has three parts called cardinal, fixed, and mutable, where a cardinal realm sets things into motion. A fixed realm sustains its energy, where a fixed realm keeps an energy stable, the mutable realm changes its course. The cardinal realms, Aries, Cancer, Libra, and Capricorn, set in motion a cycle of three. Each are associated with the beginning of a season. Aries starts spring, Cancer starts summer, Libra starts autumn, and Capricorn starts winter. Planets in these signs like to initiate action towards whatever focus they have. Aries is the fiery impulse to be something of its own, while the family bonds in Cancer impact all our future connections. The values formed in Libra are the basis for all our ideas, while the natural order of Capricorn lays the basis for the physical world we live in. The fixed realms Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, and Aquarius stabilize their cycle. Each are associated with the high point of a season. Taurus is the height of spring, Leo the height of summer, Scorpio the height of autumn, and Aquarius the height of winter. Planets in these signs like to prolong the state they are in. Taurus sustains what we desire by building something permanent in the physical world, while Leo draws attention to existence with its shine. Scorpio holds on to the deep emotional bond it created, while Aquarius renders an idea permanent through the group that holds it. The mutable realms, Gemini, Virgo, Sagittarius, and Pisces shift from one cycle into the next. Each are associated with the end of a season. Gemini concludes spring, Virgo concludes summer, Sagittarius concludes autumn, and Pisces concludes winter. Planets in these signs change from one state to another. Gemini sweeps back and forth between different ideas, while Virgo tinkers with physical matter, shaping them from one thing to another. Sagittarius forever widens his horizon in an attempt to understand the spirit of existence, while Pisces swims in an endless compassion for everything and everyone. Before we close this video, I want to suggest two different ways we can conceptualize the elements and quadruplicities. We can focus on the elements and see that each contain three quadruplicities. For example, the fire quadruplicities go as follows. They start with Aries, the spark of life. This is cardinal fire. It moves into Leo, where existence is expressed in shining glory. This is fixed fire. And in Sagittarius, it widens his horizons to understand existence itself. This is mutable fire. But of course, we can also look at the way they follow each other in the zodiac circle by looking at the different seasons. For example, the spring season goes as follows. From Aries, the spark of life, where life starts to reawaken in the seeds of plants, we move into Taurus, where life is sustained through the plant's constant growth. And finally, Gemini ushers in the end of spring and carries us right into summer. This cycle is cardinal fire, fixed earth, and mutable air. I am not going through all of these in this video, but it is something you can think of for yourselves if you want to. Today, this is it for this video. Tell me what you think about it in the comments. Was this video helpful in understanding the concepts behind the zodiac signs? Leave a like if you enjoyed the video or subscribe if you want more story-based astrology lessons. If you want to learn about planets, I already have a video about them. And if you want to try something else and want to watch me flesh out a zodiac sign based fantasy world, you might want to try this video instead.